Hi, welcome to the Diamond Map channel. If you're new to me, thank you very much for clicking on this video. I'm Chris Bilton. I'm a jeweler from the UK, got over 20 years experience hand making jewelry. In 2019 I moved to Japan, so now I've got this set up at home and I'm making jewelry making instructional videos, so welcome. Today's video, a little bit out of the norm, a little bit unusual. I'm restoring an old lighter. So this old lighter, I actually bought this off eBay quite a few years ago, and it was basically, I was going to say as new. It was new, it was still in its box. It was an unsold thing from years ago, probably 70s, I don't know, maybe even earlier. Look at the design of this lettering. It wasn't in perfect condition though. It was all corroded, like still see that there. It was all corroded, everything was seized up. This wouldn't shift, well, it's locked up again, this was locked up. There was a flint in there, but the flint had just turned to like stone, and it was like kind of a stone anyway, but it wasn't flint anymore, it was just something else. And so I just had to bang it, I'd sort of tap a little like broken drill into it, and it just crumbled apart. It was really odd. Yeah, the wick was all just funny, so I basically restored it, and I was using it for a long time for lighting my blowtorch. Being a jeweler's lighter is hard work. You are being used a lot more than even a heavy smoker, and then also being picked up, scraped across the workbench, and then chucked back on the workbench every time. A heavy smoker would probably carefully and skillfully light it, extinguish it, and then put it back in a nice warm cozy pocket. You know, a jeweler's lighter is a hard life. So I used it a long time and I constantly had problems with it. But I like mechanical things, like I've rescued cars, I've rescued motorbikes. I enjoy bringing things back to life, so it's quite fun, it's quite satisfying to get an old lighter that was just a kind of unsold, unloved thing, and then actually use it and actually improve it to a stage where it's being used really well and get it into a really good working condition. So it's been neglected again for a few years. You may recognize this from my channel videos. You always hear me lighting things with that. This was it's actually a real Zippo internal with a very cheap case, and I'm planning for a future video to make a new case for it, but I need to buy a sheet of metal. I don't want silver, I want something that's going to tarnish and round off nicely, so I'm thinking maybe copper. If I can buy a big sheet of thin copper, like no thicker than 1/2 mil, I'm going to make my own case for that. Anyway, I want to stop. I'm kind of bored of using it, so I want to start using this one again, but it needs a bit of TLC again. It's all seized up, and this is where I've been trying to light it and there wasn't any fuel in it. It's kind of burnt the wick down, and yeah, let's just have a play. I think if I remember rightly, when I used to use it, it used to kind of dry out really quickly inside, and I think it may be down to this what do you call it, like seal, kind of washer seal. That's the original one. It's probably dried out. I don't know if it was like a bit of cork or just something. It needs something fresh. If I can get some hard rubber, or I don't know, maybe some sort of plastic, something. This isn't doing its job. It's not airtight, so the cotton, it's full of cotton wool inside. Yeah, this is something else I had to replace. That was all junk inside. Packed in really tight, but it just dries out if you've got not a tight seal around there. It's just going to dry out quickly, so you're constantly having to refill it. Get my rotatey bits, keep them rotating, nicey. That does actually feel better now already. Good job. I mean, there's a lot of dirt around the back of it. I could even strip it all apart completely, ultrasonic clean everything, but I just want to use it. I want to use it more than I want it restored to a perfect condition. So this flint might be too big. I might have to break it down a bit or shorten the spring, but I can't shorten the spring because then it's not going to be any good when the flint is worn down. There you go. I don't think I'm going to be able to pull this wick up. No, I can't. Okay, yeah, I decided to take that off and then pull that up. I gave it a good yank and it sort of pulled up a tiny bit and then just pulled out. There's only a short bit there. Maybe that's why it wasn't working that well before I got rid of it. It just wasn't enough wick soaking up the fuel. So I pulled all this out anyway, just to have a look inside, it's all nice and clean, there's nothing blocking a hole in there for the wick. So I am gonna leave this for now. I may as well go ahead and do what I said I was going to do and ultrasonic clean it, get it all fresh, oiled, and I will order, I'm assuming I can buy online, this wick. Yeah, I can make a new seal, little kind of gasket for that somehow. I'll find a material that's going to be good, and then put it together. I just pulled it out of the ultrasonic, it's in there like 10 minutes. You can see it's got rid of majority of all the black all around. The back of this wheel was all like all fluffy and sort of black dust. So obviously, just to look after it a bit, I'm gonna spray the whole thing. Yes, the whole thing with spray oil. It will actually protect the surface and obviously lubricate all the moving parts. I've taken the flint out and everything, so yeah. I will go ahead and look online for the wick and what else was it? Oh, I was going to replace the cotton wool inside, so I'll see if I can get new stuff for that. I don't know if it's specific stuff, and a wick. This is a bit of a weird video. I was just editing one I finished this morning, going through the files on my computer, and I found a half-made video from ages ago. I was restoring this old lighter, and I'm kind of impressed with myself for just starting a video and then just stopping and forgetting about it. So I had a quick flick through what I was going on about before. Basically, the start of the video, I was cleaning this up. If I remember rightly, I think I ultrasonicked it, like just so I was going to do that anyway. And then I decided to make a video, so it was already a bit cleaned up. But then I just started filming it and then taking it apart. I had mentioned I need to buy like a little restoration kit, so I've done that since then. So I was clever enough to go ahead and order some bits online that I needed, but not clever enough to remember to actually finish the video. So yeah, I've got the lighter, the bits I took off it, got the spring in there, the screw down bit from the bottom, and the cotton wool, which I'll throw away. I'll get some new cotton wool for it. This kit wasn't specific for this lighter. This is a really old lighter, and I used to use it all the time. I really liked using it, but it just became problematic. Like the wick stopped. It's like the wick stopped pulling up the fuel, so it just wouldn't light easily. When I pulled the wick up higher, thinking that would help, it just got caught under that all the time, and then that damaged the wick. So it was just getting to a bit of a mess. So a new wick. Hopefully this works much better. New cotton wool. Hopefully it's gonna fix it. Yeah. Anyway, so we'll just put it back together. Okay, just googled it. The brand is Rol Delite, made in England. Yeah, made in England. Good old days when stuff was made in England. There's loads of stuff made in England. Plenty of jewellery being made there. So yeah, there's loads of them. Certainly not a rare lighter. Just loads of pictures. Oh, 1950s. 1950s. To be honest, that font is a bit 50s-ish looking. I said 70s, I think, in the previous video. 75 quid? This was the 1940s. Oh, come on. Maybe the brand is from the 40s. I don't believe it's that old. Although, when I got this, yeah, the flint inside was just like crumbly stone. Just, don't know how long does it take for a flint to turn to stone? 50 years? This is sold 75 quid. Come on. Who pays 75 quid for that lighter? Yes, aluminium manufacturers. Okay, so tell me a bit about it. There's a Facebook page for it. This Rol Delite is a quality aluminium pocket lighter manufactured in Great Britain, probably during the 40s or 50s. They don't know then. Precision machine for block aluminium. This Rol model, maybe that's to do with that. Features a deep cut vertical iron, blah 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 blah. This hard to find English roller type pocket lighter is in excellent condition. Yeah, it's not hard to find. I just saw like 12 of them in my very first search for it. So the bits I took off it, a rubbishy bit of fuse there, not fuse, wick. Fuse is something else. These parts, got the spring, the little connects to the spring with a slot in the end so you can screw it up tighter. That's what the wick goes through. Oh, I've got fresh flint there. Flints, I've noticed, are nowhere near as good quality as they used to be. Another thing, like I was talking about my emery paper, that happens years ago. Flints are terrible compared to what they used to be now. I'm thinking of doing, I fiddle about with this one for a future video I'm going to do very soon. I've got a big sheet of copper just arrived in the post. I'm going to make a new case for that and redesign it slightly. And then, looking at that, I can quite easily make that part as well. So I'm going to make a custom insert for my custom case, and that will be a fully handmade lighter. Obviously got to buy the flint, and I may as well just use that little wheel out of that one. But yeah, the case and the actual insert are going to be handmade, so I quite like the idea of having a handmade lighter. And perhaps I enjoy it and I want to do it again, I get good at it, I can offer them for sale. Fully handmade lighters. Diamond set, engraving, mega money. What am I doing? Right, concentrate. This wick goes through this little piece first. Cotton wool roll features in my polishing videos. So I am planning on using this, which I think might be better. This stuff I pulled out, this was what was in the lighter when I got it. Don't really know what way's best. Maybe little balls. If you get little balls and put them in there one at a time, might be a good idea. We don't know. Let me know in the comment section if you know how to fill 1950s lighters. That was cool. It was like, literally, the amount I tore off was just right. Like, literally exactly the amount I needed. I'm in a line with the universe, that means. Just going to snip that off. Can't think of any reason why I shouldn't. Snip. Give myself a bit of wick. There we go. So there's not really a lot else to do. Just make sure that closes over the wick nicely. Drop the flint in. Put this little screw down piece back in there. Just looking at this gasket, I think I'm going to have to leave it. I'll keep an eye out for like a thin sheet of rubber or plastic's probably my best bet. A bit of like, like kids' toys or something, they've all got plastic, kind of thick, flexy, clear plastic. Something like that might do. So I don't know what this is. It doesn't feel like plastic, but it does bend a bit. If it's as old as 50s, it's probably lead-infused asbestos. So I'm going to leave that for now. So screwdriver, let's get this in. It's only brass, so you've got to be a bit careful with it. Right, it doesn't feel like it went very tight at all. That's pretty good. Okay, let's top her up. Even just using this fuel to fill up a lighter is kind of fun. Oh yeah. Took my hose off and nearly flooded it. So you got to fill them up, but if you overfill them, the fuel will come out and drip over the fuse. It kind of ruins them a little bit. When you muck about lighters, like balls, don't throw lighter fuel around your bench. Make sure your hands are clean of it before you start sparking things. Okay, let's try it out. Oh, look at that! Wow, that's a good healthy flame. so much better than it used to be. Okay, thanks for watching. This is, I'm happy with that. Cool, I'm looking forward to using that. So I will be using this one from now on. This one will be in retirement, and I will use this outer case as a guide for making a new one for it. Slightly different design, but I'm going to be using this insert again, so I need it to fit nicely. So that'll be one I'm working on very soon. If you're new to the channel, this is not my usual type of video. I'm normally teaching techniques and methods and stuff for making jewellery, so it's a bit of an odd video. But if you enjoyed it, please click like and subscribe. It helps YouTube understand through its algorithms that the channel is valuable and shows it to more people, so it grows. That's ideally what I want. I want it to grow bigger. And if you want to take a step further and support me even more, look for a join button. You can become a Diamond Mount member through YouTube. So there's a join button now on laptops and PCs at least. And also, as always, I'm calling for new patrons for the channel. So if you can become a patron, really helps me continue the channel and offer more of my expertise. So that'd be cool. There's a link in the description, and you can follow that and then get to learn about all the perks of becoming a patron or a member. Cool, right, thanks for watching. See you next time, bye.